welcome to Friday Cooking. And today we are going to make the simple 3-ingredient mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese for lunch, so I'm so excited to make this with you today. Now, the 3 ingredients that we need are, we need some milk, cheese, and you need your pasta. Now, I didn't have the elbow pasta like in the recipe. I just have some penne pasta, but you can use whatever shape of pasta that you want to use to make your macaroni and cheese. I also thought that the recipe was quite big just for me to eat, so what I have done is I've halved it. So instead of having 4 cups of milk, I just got 2 cups of milk, which is 500 milliliters. I've got about just over a cup of my penne pasta, just because it's quite a large pasta. So I thought I'd just put a little bit extra so I have lots to eat. And then I've got about a cup worth of cheese here waiting for me to grate. Now the first thing we have to do for our macaroni and cheese is using a pot, is heat up the milk so it's just about boil. So that means that it's a bit bubbly when you look into the pot. Now what you need to do is get your parent or carer to turn on the pot for you, and you can maybe help them pour the milk in. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put my pot onto my hob. Then I just want it a medium heat, so I'm going to turn it down a bit, and I'm going to pour my milk into my pot so that way it gets nice and hot. There, all inside. There we go. Now, while you're waiting for your milk to get all bubbly and boiled up, you're going to grate your cheese. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Lots of cheese in my macaroni and cheese. There we go. Perfect. There. My cheese is grated. Just gonna wait for my milk to boil a bit. I might just turn it up just a tiny bit, just again, because you don't want your milk to overboil, otherwise you might get a bit burnt on the bottom. I'm just gonna give my hands a quick wash to get some of that sticky cheese off of me. I did forget to mention that you can use whatever cheese you want to make your macaroni and cheese. I'm just using some cheddar because that's what I had in the fridge, but if you want to make your cheese, or your macaroni and cheese, so it's a bit stringy, so when you're eating it, you have to pull it away and it's got all those lovely strings of cheese, you're going to need to put maybe something like mozzarella in. Perfect, it's almost ready now. I'm going to put my pasta inside and then put the lid on top for it to cook. Now, my pasta is going to take about 5 or 6 minutes to cook, because that's what's recommended on the pack. So do cook your pasta what is recommended on the pack, depending on the type of pasta you have. So I'm just going to pour it in really carefully because it's hot inside the milk. Give it a bit of a stir. And what I'm going to do now is just put my lid on to let it cook some more. Make sure your heat isn't on too high because you don't want that milk to burn. All right, so once my pasta is cooked, I'll come back and I'll show you what our next step is. Welcome back. So my milk has boiled enough and my pasta is al dente. So that means that it's still a little bit stiff, but it's cooked just so it's not mushy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my cheese into my pasta with that boiled milk. What I'm going to do is add it in chunks so that way I can mix in what I've got in there, in with the hot milk and the pasta. Get a little bit thicker now. Now never be afraid to add more cheese if you think that's what your pasta needs for your mac and cheese. So what's happening is, as I'm mixing it, I can make sure you scrape the bottom of your pot because the cheese is gonna melt to the bottom. I can feel it, so I'm having to scrape the bottom a bit. All right, now I'm gonna add the rest of my cheese. And just like I said, you can always add more cheese to make it so it's a little bit more cheesy, or if you think that maybe it's just a bit too milky. Oh, beautiful. It's making a really nice cream with that cheese. I almost think I could have put a little bit more pasta in that. There we go. Yeah, definitely could have added a tiny bit more pasta just to fill up some of that creamy cheese sauce that we've made with our milk and our cheese. Beautiful. So now what I'm going to do is add some to my bowl, ready for my lunch. So make sure you ask your parent or carer just to give you a hand. We don't want you to get hurt from that hot cheese sauce. There we go. Beautiful. Now, because it's so hot, you might want to blow on it or just leave it to cool just for a couple minutes. What you could also do is take some breadcrumbs if you want and sprinkle them on top, and you can always put it into the oven and broil it as well. I'm just going to eat it as it is. Nice and cheesy. Just a second, let me just get a couple pieces there. Blow on that. So tasty. I absolutely love macaroni and cheese. And I hope that you enjoy your special macaroni and cheese. Because remember, the ingredients you can change and add whatever you like. You can always put some salt and pepper in, garlic and onion powder. You can put, again, like different cheeses. You can even put some vegetables in as well, like some frozen peas. So throw it in before you put the cheese in so it boils up. Frozen carrots as well. Lots of lovely things you can add to your mac and cheese. Well, I hope that you have a lovely weekend. Take care.